Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your connection between you and the person that you are dealing with and are needing to learn the most from right now. We'll be pulling for all three sides of the connection, so we'll look at your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it, the concept being that there are three sides to every story. So we'll be looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. This middle section is looking at what is the deeper purpose of this connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate for everyone, and they won't resonate for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation if there is anything, and leave what does not. On that note, the whole reading can be reversed, especially if you're a cross watcher. Just know that's totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is to take what helps and leave what doesn't. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Scorpio, let's jump on in here. Let's start with looking at the overall energy for your side of this connection. See what you guys are dealing with here. We're going to look at overall energy with oracle cards first, and we'll dive a little bit deeper into the story with tarot later on in the reading. So overall energy, Scorpio, for your energy toward the person you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Soulmate recognition. You definitely saw or recognized this connection. Then you have divine timing. Okay. You definitely recognized this connection as something deeper than usual with the soulmate recognition card. I feel like you felt connected to this person on like a deeper level, like on a soul level. This divine timing card is definitely a representation of divine timing being at work in your love life, which often means that there are things that, because divine timing isn't about like a certain time. It's about when we finally align with what it is that we are trying to create or manifest, or what is meant for us. So a lot of times what divine timing can mean is that we aren't fully aligned, or something else isn't fully aligned with us in the way that it needs to be in order for us to receive it. So I don't necessarily know how that applies to this connection, but I do definitely feel like you feel a deeper connection to this person than maybe you've experienced in the past to other people. This person's energy towards Scorpio. So what is this person's energy toward you, Scorpio? Sparks. Those didn't turn all the way around. That didn't feel intentional. If they're supposed to come out, they will. With follow your heart. Okay. So, ooh, you have manipulation here. This was important. So it feels like you spark something in this person. I don't know necessarily what that is, but I feel like this person does definitely have feelings here. This follow your heart card, I feel like this is what this person is trying to do, but I feel like they're struggling with it in some way. Because I feel like the feelings here are mutual. I feel like both of you do recognize that there is something deep here. But I also feel at that same time that, you know, it might depend on where each person is individually, like in their own journey. Because if they're, you know, you can only meet other people to the depth in which you've met yourself, right? So if you're dealing with people who haven't like done the work or or the healing or even on like a growth journey at all, they might struggle to connect with themselves on the level at which you guys are connected. Which doesn't necessarily mean that they're not able to feel it. They're not able to kind of understand it and show up for it. And I feel like in this connection, specifically with this person's side, I feel like there's some like shadow, like with this manipulation card here, because it was on the back of the deck. It's like there's some shadow energy that this person holds, which we all have a shadow, right? We all have kind of a darker energy within us that kind of comes out when we're triggered or when we're in certain situations. And but I feel like this person's is affecting their ability to show up fully in this connection. So there's some complicated energies at play on their side here, which might make things confusing for you. Truth of this connection between Scorpio and this person. Unfinished business. And that's kind of what I got. I kept looking at this follow your heart card. And if on this follow your heart card, there is a sign here. And when it's laying on this table, if you look at this arrow, it's pointing away from your energy. And I feel like what this is kind of talking about is like this person, like following their heart would be like connecting with this connection, but for some reason they like went another way. I don't know why though. In between this connection, you have unfinished business with euphoria. I feel like both of you do feel like there's untapped potential here in this connection. And I also feel like you both can recognize how good things do feel whenever you guys are like on the same page. But it feels like it's hard to be on the same page with this person. Or like, I don't know. There's something blocking their ability to connect, to open up, to be, I don't know if it's like emotional availability, to be like something's blocking them from being emotionally available, or something's just blocking them in general. I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to keep going here. Overall theme of this reading here, another oracle deck, looking at what Scorpio needs to know about this connection. But it's so interesting because I feel like the feelings here are mutual. Like you both recognize a deeper connection. So my question is, why are they going this way instead of this way? Whoa. That didn't feel intentional either. That did. Unresolved issues. I am their light. And I do feel like you've tried to be a light for this person, maybe to help them on their path or on their journey. And I feel like you've done that consistently in this connection. And it feels like the struggle is feeling like that hasn't paid off. Now, this unresolved issues thing, this could be like unresolved issues individually or unresolved issues in the connection. Either way, I feel like there are certain things, and I do feel like, yeah, it's certain things blocking this connection's ability to come together in a healthy way. And we definitely want to break down like what that is. And I have this feeling based on this unresolved issues card that it's individual unresolved issues. Like not just this person's unresolved issues or your unresolved issues, but like both of you kind of have unresolved issues that are causing issues or conflict or friction here. in some way. I don't know. Let's dive into the story here. So this is for Scorpio's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. And it's important to remember when you do believe like you're dealing with a soulmate or someone that you do have like a deep spiritual connection with, that doesn't mean that that's like the only person in the world for you. And I encourage you not to get so attached to the idea of like it has to be this person. If it's not this person, I'll never be happy. Because when that happens, and I see it a lot kind of with the whole twin flame concept, when that happens, we might actually close our heart and our mind off to what's best for us in some way. But anyway, okay. Scorpio's side of this connection. 5 of Cups. So you're in a state of disappointment, almost like grief here about this connection, about where things are at. And I feel like, yeah, because there's the Knight of Wands. I feel like you really poured yourself into this person even. I don't know in what ways. It could be like financially, it could be emotionally, both. It could be just in support and in energy. And I feel like it ended up not, the connection ended up not getting to, because like obviously you feel there's unfinished business here, right? So it ended up not getting to the place that you were hoping this would get to. What else for Scorpio's side here? Yeah, because there's the Death card. So there was some sort of an ending, or like, yeah, no, I definitely feel like there was an ending here. And you have a right to feel the way that you do. Because again, like with this Knight of Wands, I feel like you really, like this is an energy of like intense vulnerability, risk-taking almost. Like really putting yourself out there, putting your heart on the line for someone. And it almost feeling like none of it mattered. And I'm not saying that none of it mattered. I'm saying this is what I feel you feel like when it comes to this connection and this person. There's the 7 of Swords. I don't think this person knows that you feel this way. Because here's, with the Knight of Cups in reverse, I feel like you really have been struggling with this. And I feel like you're trying your best to like maybe move forward or to work on yourself. And I do feel like you are making progress. I don't feel like you're just totally stuck in this. But at the same time, I definitely feel that there's this almost like feeling that you're never going to find your person, or you're never going to find that love that you deserve and desire. And I get why you would feel that way, because you did pour so much into this. And it feels to you as if it wasn't enough. So part of you is like, wow, I gave this everything I had, and it still wasn't enough. Because I don't know what happened here, but yeah, it's like this person went the opposite way of what you expected. And I think that you tried to really be, and I know I kind of said this, but like a source of support, a source of energy and light for this person. And I think that you were. And it's important for you to know that that doesn't go, when somebody doesn't respond to our energy or our effort, it can feel a lot like our energy or our effort is not valuable, right? Because it's like, well, I gave this everything I have and it wasn't enough. That must mean that what I have to give isn't enough. And that's absolutely not true. you have this Chariot here. I feel like you are really trying to move forward in the best way for yourself. And I think that it's because there's the Empress, and I like this too. Because this is about like really taking some time to focus on you. It doesn't mean that you don't feel a loss. It doesn't mean that there's not still sadness or grief here, but I do feel like you're really trying to focus on you and put yourself first and take care of yourself, which, to be honest, I feel like you weren't doing so much in this connection, because it almost feels like there wasn't space for you in some way. There wasn't space for your needs or for what it is that you wanted even out of this connection, because so much of your energy was going toward this person. And I think that that's natural when we love or care about someone, and especially if you're dealing with someone who has like addiction issues or mental health struggles, or, you know, just in general, like they're going through a lot. You know, it's natural to want to kind of drop everything and help them. But I feel like this was something that continued for such a long time in this connection that it almost feels like for the majority of the connection, it's like there was no space for you and for your energy and for what you deserve. And now that has you left feeling like you might never find what's meant for you. But I feel like that's why you have this divine timing card, to understand that this, and divine timing can often look like divine protection. And sometimes the universe will remove from our life what never would have worked for us in the first place. And I think that we have to remember that even when it doesn't feel like it, as long as we are willing to learn from and grow from our experiences, everything can always lead us to our highest good. Always, always, always. But let's get information on this person. This person's energy towards Scorpio. Follow your heart with sparks. This person's energy towards Scorpio. Yeah, there it is. Sun in reverse. The Knight of Swords. This is literally runner energy. It's like you gave them everything they wanted, or everything that they would want, and they freaking ran away from it. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be, because I also could feel like you're just dealing with someone who leads with their like logical mind over like their heart, which might mean that's kind of giving more of an understanding as to why they went the opposite way of what their heart really desired. Is maybe they were really in their head about this, just overthinking and allowing insecurities to take the wheel. Really, this person's really stuck in their head in a lot of ways. Now, the Sun in reverse energy is an energy of allowing one's ego to really run the show. And our ego is not to be demonized. We all have one, and its primary goal is to keep us alive, to keep us, to survive, essentially. I mean, your ego is what keeps you from stepping in front of a bus. But the problem with the ego is that it will keep you in situations, spaces, mental headspaces even, that are familiar and predictable, and will actually push away the things that are good for you. And it doesn't do this to harm you. It does this, your ego does this because it It wants what's familiar because it knows that that's what it can survive. And I feel like in this connection, it's like you came around and you and this person had such a strong, deep connection that it almost like they didn't know what to do with it in a way. So their best response was to not deal with those uncomfortable feelings. Because when we meet, when we receive the things that we desire in this world, whether it's in the form of love or abundance, and we don't feel like we are good enough for it or capable of sustaining it, or we have fear of losing it, and we are not aware of these things, what we're going to do is we're going to sabotage it, because that is easier for us as humans to do than it is to face the things that start to arise. And with this Tower here, I feel like this person got super in their head, just a ton of overthinking, allowing their logic to take the wheel. And it's almost like they almost like overthought themselves into self-sabotage. Like they almost got themselves to a point of overthinking where they finally were like, okay, this is never going to work, or I'm not good enough, or whatever the case might be. So I'm going to just blow it up with the Tower here. And I think that I do feel like this person struggled in some ways. Maybe, again, like mental health, addiction. I mean, I'm not saying the devil, but I feel like you were very aware that this person struggled, and I feel like you wanted to be a source of light and love for them. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I do feel like you tried to almost assume, there's the overthinking. You tried to assume this role of savior. Here, Scorpio. Trying to save this person from themselves almost in a way. And I feel like what that ended up doing was harming you at the end of the day. And it's not to say like you did something wrong by trying to help this person, but I do feel that there is a need to recognize the ways in which you might have self-abandoned a little bit, because I do feel like throughout this connection, I feel like you really like put this person's needs and desires or helping them or whatever like completely ahead of your own. And that's not fair to you. That's not fair to what it is that you ultimately deserve. You deserve relationships where there is space for both you and the person that you are dealing with. And with this divine timing card, I feel like that's why there was a little bit of divine protection happening in this connection, because I feel like the universe was like, you deserve somebody who is taking care of themselves or who can handle their own stuff enough to also make room for your stuff, right? You deserve you deserve connections where there is space for you too. And I feel like in this connection, it's like there wasn't room for you because this person was taking up so much of the energy in the space here. And there's obviously a lot of learning and healing that this person has or needs to go through. And I feel like it's important, the most important thing about this for you, Scorpio, is to know that the way that this person behaved in this connection and the decisions that they made, it doesn't have anything to do with you or even how they saw you. It has to do with their own unresolved issues. There we go. That they haven't addressed, the healing they haven't done, the things that they allowed to control them. Because if we don't get in control of our subconscious will control us. If we don't get in control of the ways in which our lack of healing shows up in our world, that lack of healing will bite us in the booty. So I encourage you to understand that this connection does hold a deeper purpose for you in your healing and in your spiritual journey. And maybe you already know that, but I do feel like you need to know that first and foremost, Scorpio, you are not here to save anybody, to heal anybody, to fix anybody. You're not here to be what other people need you to be. You are here to be you and to show up in your connections in the best way that you can without self-abandonment. And the right people are going to align with that. I promise you. And I feel like this connection was a huge stepping stone on your healing journey to help you kind of get closer to that love. So in between this connection, you have euphoria with unfinished business. We're going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to look deeper into these messages, looking at the deeper purpose of this and the best way for you to move forward in alignment with your higher self. Before I hop on over, I do want to reiterate that I am hosting a Reclaiming Your Power to Manifest the Life That You Desire workshop on January 3rd at 6 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be a live workshop over Zoom. If you cannot make it live for whatever reason, but you still wish to receive a recording of the event or to still get to have the information of it, still purchase a ticket. Anyone that purchases a ticket will both receive access to the event and a recording of it the next day. Tickets are $20 US. Any information on the event as well as the link to purchase the tickets is in the description box of the video that I've linked below. So in the description box below, underneath the extended reading links is going to be, it says Reclaiming Your Power to Manifest the Life You Desire workshop info. If you click on that, it'll take you to the video of me announcing that workshop. In that description box is all of the information that you need, including the link to purchase a ticket. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment or shoot me an email. That email address is always available in the description box as well. Thank you so much, Scorpio, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Scorpio, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Scorpio.